Before we continue with this video, visit my new business venture, carmarshal.com. For your next vehicle purchase, we advertise over 100,000 vehicles nationwide. That's carmarshal.com. The link is in the description.
City of Punta Gorda. Ordinance No. Underscore 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 underscore. An ordinance of the City of Punta Gorda, Florida. Amending Chapter 16, Park Regulations, of the Punta Gorda Code, amending Section 16-2. Definitions, and by adding a new Section 16-10. Vietnam Veterans Memorial of Southwest Florida. Rules and regulations, providing for conflict and severability and providing an effective date. Whereas, the City of Punta Gorda in partnership with Vietnam Wall of Southwest Florida, Inc. and community contributors have constructed a memorial honoring the more than 58,000 Americans who served in the Vietnam War and gave their lives in service to their country, and whereas, the Vietnam Memorial of Southwest Florida, a replica of the wall in Washington, D.C., is located in the city's Veterans Park, and whereas, in addition to those park regulations contained in Chapter 16 of the Punta Gorda Code, there are special rules and regulations which need to be established and enforced to preserve the sacred nature of the memorial as well as to protect the use and enjoyment of the park and its amenities for all users. Now, therefore, be it enacted by the City Council of the City of Punta Gorda, Florida. Chapter 16, Section 16-2, Punta Gorda Code is hereby amended to read as follows. Additions are shown as underlines and deletions are shown as strike-throughs. Sector 16-2. Definitions. For purposes of this chapter, the following words and phrases shall have the following meanings, unless the context in which such word or phrase is used clearly indicates a different intended meaning. #O change to A, or B. C. Smoking means inhaling, exhaling, burning, carrying or possessing any lighted tobacco product including cigarettes, cigars, pipe tobacco and any other lighted tobacco product, as well as the inhaling, vaping and use of electronic cigarettes. 2. Chapter 16, Punta Gorda Code is hereby amended by the addition of a new Section 16-10. To read as follows. Additions are shown as underlines. Sector 16-10 Vietnam Veterans Memorial of Southwest Florida. A. Area of applicability. The city has designated a certain area of Veterans Park as the Vietnam Veterans Memorial of Southwest Florida. The memorial area is bounded on the north and east by the Harbor Walk condominiums wall and access road, from these two lines perpendicular outside the two plaza areas at either end of the memorial wall. Then connected by a line between these 2 points across the pond and including the pond. B. Regulations. In addition to the park regulations contained Sector 16-4 of this chapter, the following regulations shall apply within the designated memorial area. 1. Items and acts which are strictly prohibited. A. Food and drink. B. Smoking, as defined in Section 16-2 of this chapter. C. Animals, pursuant to Section 16-4, G, of this chapter. D. Biking, skateboarding, rollerblading, fishing or any other recreational activity. E. Climbing, sitting on or attaching anything to the wall. F. Merchandise sales or admissions fees. G. Demonstration or special events. I. The term demonstrations includes demonstrations, picketing, speech-making, marching, holding vigils or religious services and all like forms of conduct that involve the communication or expression of views or grievances, engaged in by one or more persons, the conduct or which is reasonable likely to draw a crowd, onlookers or media attention. This term does not include casual Park use by visitors or tourists that is not reasonably likely to attract a crowd or onlookers. 2. The term special events includes sports events, pageants, celebrations, historical reenactments, regattas, entertainments, exhibitions, parades, fairs, festivals and similar events which are not demonstrations under paragraph 4a above, and which are engaged in by one or more persons, the conduct of which has the effect, intent, or propensity to draw a crowd, onlookers or media interest. This term also does not include casual park use by visitors or tourists which does not have the intent or propensity to attract a crowd or onlookers. H. Equipment setup including, but not limited, to microphones, speakers, lights or musical instruments. Except that a bugler playing taps may stand and play from either of the 2 plaza areas. 2. Stages and sound equipment permitted in other areas of Veterans Park may not be closer than 100 feet from the boundaries of the designated memorial area except that sound equipment shall be permitted inside of the gazebo. Sound shall be directed away from the wall at all times. V. It is the declared intent of the City Council that, if any section, subsection, sentence, clause, phrase, or provision of this ordinance is held invalid or unconstitutional by a court of competent jurisdiction, such invalidity or unconstitutionality shall not be so construed as to render invalid or unconstitutional the remaining provisions of this ordinance. 6. Any ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith are repealed to the extent of such conflict. 7. This ordinance shall take effect immediately upon its adoption. Adopted in regular session of the City Council of the City of Punta Gorda, Florida this 2017. Rachel Kiesling, Mayor. Attest. Karen Smith, City Clerk. Approved as to form. David M. Levin, City Attorney.
Are you going to run his license plate through David, ma'am? What is your name and badge number, ma'am? Excuse me, ma'am, what's your name and badge number? I'm not a public servant, ma'am. Is that not part of your policy, ma'am? Okay, have a nice day, ma'am.
You have no right to do this.
I'm sorry, ma'am, what?
She said I have no right to do this.
Hey, excuse me, ma'am, is this a public place?
No, sir.
Ma'am, you work for local government.
Now, I'm going to do the talking. And I want you to listen. Because I am not a happy camper right now. I didn't have the courtesy to ask them if you could tape what they were doing. That's a no-no. You're going to apologize to them. What are they supposed to think when 2 guys walk in there with this machine on? Yes, they are, and that's what we do.
I'm the public. I want to understand the business that they're doing.
They have their rights too.
Not when they work as government officials.
No, I'm sorry. They have their rights too. That is where we differ. That is where we're going to continue to differ. I'm telling you right now is we're going to go over there and you're going to apologize to them for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You got here early.
It was a meeting. I wanted to attend it.
No. Stop with the law already.
I know they have no expectation of privacy because they're doing work on my behalf. So I want to be educated about it, and I feel that, under the law of the state of Florida, if there's a meeting going on involving government, I have a right to attend it.
Yeah. By the way, when we go over there, you're turning this tape off. You are not taping them. They don't want to be taped, you're not taping them. They have a right not to be taped. When we go over there, you are not turning that on.
Now you're exceeding.
No, I am not.
Yes,
I just read you the law right here.
Well, if we're violating the law, why don't you contact the authorities like you did yesterday to report us?
Is that what you want me to do? Is that what you want me to do?
I mean, if you feel we're breaking the law,
Is that what you want me
I'm
to do?
deserving of any criminal punishment, sir. Go ahead and contact them. We said we would go apologize,
No
but
tapes.
now They don't have an expectation of
Yes,
privacy.
they do.
Okay. I don't believe
Yes,
they do, sir. Smith versus Cummings.
Mm-hmm.
It says that the public has every right to gather information and contact about what public officials do on public property. So, if, in other words, if you guys come here and do work,
Read you, they have a right for people not to be taping them and then putting that tape out for the world to see without even asking.
we don't need their permission.
Yes,
sir.
you do. Yes, you do.
I'm gonna have to side with him. I'm not going to turn off my recording device.
Can you go to the city clerk's office and fill it out?
I will not make a written public records request, sir.
You have to make a written public
That
records
is
request
a sunshine law violation.
to oblige.
A written request?
Yes, fill out the form.
I will not make a written request to view public records, sir.
You will not make a written request. Everybody else does.
I will not make one, sir.
Well, then I can't help you.
That's a violation of my rights.
It's not a violation. What are you asking?
I wanted to look at the documents that they had on that table inside of the meeting. I asked her very clearly at that time. You know, you stated yourself there was nothing to hide in that meeting yesterday.
No, there is not.
Well,
However, but you fill out the form, they'll go and they'll accommodate you in a reasonable manner.
Okay. As I said, sir, I will not make a written request.
You've never made a written request.
I have not, sir.
Ever.
No. It's a violation of my rights under Chapter 119 Florida statute.
All right. So then we're at a stalemate.
Any records request can be done anonymously for the simple.
How do you do it anonymously? You don't know who to send it to. Tape recording, blasting away. Nobody knows.
I have a right to go into that meeting under the law.
There is a way to do it, and there is a way to do it. You did not do it.
I complied with the law, sir.
Oh, stop with the law. Here's what I should do. Think about what we talked about. Just think about it, okay? Think about it.
You will not get me to agree not to record them, or to make a written request to see public records.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't need time to think about that, sir.
Okay.
What you're asking me to do is a
Make a
violation.
copy of that for you.
Is a violation of my First Amendment rights.
Okay. Do you want me to make a copy of that for you?
It's a violation of my rights under Chapter 119 Florida statute.
Yeah, if you would.
I just want to put you on notice, sir. You say that, you know, I've broken your
Be right
trust.
back.
You've broken mine,
I'll be
sir.
right back. You want to come in and meet with me, that's fine. I don't want you bothering the rest of the folks. If you need something, you come to me. You got that? You come to me. You don't need to be messing with the staff. Not the way you did it.
We don't mess with people, sir.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All we do is audit public officials.
I'm sorry, but that's not the way they feel.
To hopefully understand both sides of this, we would ask that you watch the video of the encounter.
I will.
Okay.
I will. I said I would.
And maybe we could take up the conversation again, because this is definitely a milestone of lack of understanding on both parts.
If you have any requests from any other departments or whatever, come to me, and I'll handle that. I will deal with it.
Mr. Kuniks, I know you're not happy with us right now, but believe it or not, what we do, we feel, is a public service, and it's more about education than anything else. Before we leave, I would like you to write down and research that a Supreme Court decision, Smith versus Cummings.
You have an understanding now? You schedule meetings with me if you have any issues or any questions.
I comprehend the situation, all right, and I think between all of us we can work on it and iron it out.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you. Coming in. All right? You come to me. I don't want you bothering the rest of the staff.
Oh, if we have interaction with the staff.
You want to go and ask for public records request in the city clerk's office and fill out a form, you go do that. Of course you can do
Okay,
that.
so it's not going to be construed
But I don't want
as
you
bothering your staff.
No, because you're
Okay.
filling out a public records event. I don't want you barging into other people's rooms and whatever. Come to me,
Okay.
and we'll deal with it.
All right.
That's all I'm asking.
All right.
Okay? Thank you.
Were you aware of the fundraiser?
Ian, get over here. What?
Were you aware of the fundraiser at Beef O'Brady's
I am now.
Before the fundraiser?
Are
you aware of it before?
We are not
that?
a part of those events. I understand something was going on, but we are not a part of it.
That's not what I asked. Were you aware
Yes,
of it?
I was
before
aware of
the
something. Ian, get over here. Come on, we're going away. I told you before, you're not taking
Hey,
it
man,
here.
don't put your hands on me, sir.
Now,
Excuse me.
let's go.
Don't put your hands on me now. That's
Come on.
battery.
Let's go. Can we finish the conversation?
You have no right to put
He
your
asked
hands
me a
on me.
question.
Yeah, but you came and I was looking at stuff
I was
on the wall.
escorting you out. No, you weren't.
I was looking at the little
No, you
flyers
weren't.
I'd like to read.
What is your question again? Yes, I was aware there was an event.
Okay.
Yes.
I would like to look at some of those flyers on the wall that are there for the public.
Thank you. Thank
Are
you
you
for coming in.
Are you going to let me look at those?
Thank you for coming in.
Why are you being so hostile?
Because of you. Because of what you... We just had our conversation, didn't we? We just had our conversation.
I just want to read...
No, you're not.
I'd like to look at some of those things on the wall.
No, you don't.
Well, why do you have them there if the public can't read them?
What? You're doing that to be hostile right now.
Going to look at little
Doing
flyers
that-
for the city of Punta Gorda?
You're doing that to be hostile. Come on. Thank you for coming in.
Come on, Ian.
Come on.
Defuse.
Let's go.
You know, you're acting very unprofessional right now, sir.
No, I am not. I'm trying to be very professional with you. We've been professional. And I'm trying to tell you how you handled yourself yesterday. You don't agree with me.
Well,
I understand.
yeah, because you're violating our civil
I
rights.
understand you don't agree with me.
We'll
Thank
work
you.
it out, Ian.
We'll work it out.
Okay, you gave him the case law.